Asato ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya avir mairi rudro jatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Happy Father's Day, and happy also what? Today is International Yoga Day. And we are now today trying to think about uprooting the latent impressions. It's a big philosophy. Why we are here? It is because of our desire. Why we are born? Because we desire to be born. Why do we work? We desire to get something. Why do we meet? Meeting will, some desire is there. So where the desire comes, and how desire affects our life, and how we can change our desires, and how we can handle our old desires. So these are the study of today. We like to feel what we like in our life. We like freedom, we like joy, we like peace. We in simple language we like to be Jivan Mukta. What does it mean? Jivan means while breathing, alive, and Mukta means free. We like to be free from all bondage, of shackles of bondage, of suffering and pain and anguish, and every day's turmoil of life. We want to get out of it. So that's the goal. That's why there is a book which is called Jivan Mukti Viveka, a book analyzing the state of Jivan Mukti. Jivan means while breathing, this is Jivan, life. Mukti, at this point you breathe like this and breathe like a free soul, untouched by anything. Anything in the world cannot be fail to touch your inner peace and tranquility and joy. So that's the goal, that's the goal. But what can be done? That book has dealt with, it's a very wonderful book. It says 3 things are there. Vasana, desire, you have to curtail that vasana. Desire, to curtail that vasana, destroy that vasana, and the vasana, desire, is where? Where does it stay? Its substratum is the mind. It stays in the mind. And if we can destroy the vasana, then mind will be also destroyed. Mind destroyed, then what will happen? You will reach your state of freedom, which is called Tattva Jnana, the knowledge of the self, knowledge of the truth. Now, I have to get into it a little more. So our vasana, let us understand from what is our perception. I look at the world, I look at you. What is happening? The object is reflected on my eyeball and carrying to the brain and all these things happening. And then it is going to the mind. Any action, any talk, any word we use, anything, touch, taste, anything we do through all the senses, sense perception, it have an immediate impact. I I feel joy, I feel happy, unhappy. And that does not end. It leaves a impression in my mind. Good impression, bad impression. Impression of joy or peace or disturbing experience. So that remains in the substratum. So two things is happening. One is instantly what is happening as I see you, one impression. And that impression is there in my mind, it is deposited in my mind, and mind reacts in one way. And that's my experience of I feel joy. If the mind is not there, you will not experience anything. The body may go through so much of operation and something. When we are in anesthesia, we don't understand anything because mind is not there. The whole world we perceive through the mind. And the mind is clouded mind, clear mind. Those are the things to be understood in spiritual life. Mind creates all our immediate action. Vacantly we are thinking something else. And if I hear something, I say, oh, what I missed it. What did you say? Why I say that? Because my mind was in split second was somewhere else. It ran away. So, and then the whole, when we sleep every day night time, mind is absent. Absent is not dead, but it is absent. It's an involution and evolution. So it has withdrawn into a state of non-functionality. So when we dream, that time mind is still alive. We have impression. And in dream we find joy and suffering and experience everything. Dream impression remains in our awakened state also. We say, oh, I had a beautiful dream. I have a horrible dream. So this is all recorded where? In the mind. So it is impression is deposited. That's called the impression. And impression, after impression, our whole mind contains so much of impression of the past. And instantly what is happening, that is creating another new deposition. It is like your computer. You touch anything in the computer, mistake or willingly or unwillingly. What you have done, instant reaction will be there. And then you go, Control H, and you find everything is there. Every beat of your touch, every beat of your experiencing is there. So in the mind, all are deposited that way. That's why it's a huge task to handle our past impressions. That's why it is all the experiences we go through every day, we should be careful what we think, because that is having immediate impact and also a permanent impact in the substratum of the mind. We call it subconscious mind, subconscious mind. Subconscious is created by me, conscious thing went down, and the Raja Yoga, Patanjali, the sage Patanjali gives this example of the chitta vritti. Vritti means the ripple. You throw a stone into a lake, calm lake. You see, one stone you throw, immediately you see there is some reaction. It ripples differently, different striking, different ripples. And then that ripple, after that immediately creating that reaction, the stone, where does it go? It goes back to the substratum. So through the eyes we see, ear we hear, we smell, we taste, we touch. All these experiences, what is our experience, all are settled in our past impressions. So that is called the latent. Why latent? Innumerable impressions are there. Innumerable actions and reactions are hidden there. It's not coming out. But in favorable circumstances, when an environment becomes favorable, just for example, We are all, just now if I talk about one accident, I saw some accident. See, if I just relate that story of accident, all your mind will bring similar such accident stories what you know. Is it not? We recall. So it is just calling back from our substratum that type of thought in the surface. That happens all the time. Suppose you go to a pilgrimage and you have a beautiful experience of the pilgrimage you are describing, and I also went to some other pilgrimage. My mind will be just resonating to that and pull out from our past sanskaras such incidents and such stories. It is our day-to-day experience. But as a result, what has happened? We are a bundle of our past impressions. And it's all hidden there. And if we just not be careful about that, what I am creating my new impressions, that past impression will guide me into a life which it forces us, it goads our head and pushes us that direction. That's why you find a child is born, two children are in the same family, or three children in the same family. One child, same mom, dad, same environment, same study going on. One will be calm, serene, maybe going with mom into the shrine room and sitting like that. Another will be there poking all the time and disturbing. He is no rest for the other sister or brother, always after. As who has made this distinction? Why? Who is pushed? Who is pushing whom? It is all the impressions of the past is pushing. Maybe infinite number of samskaras are there. Some of them in the surface is now acting. We say that what we think in the last time before leaving the body, that thought takes this life. It is like a resultant of parallelogram of forces. This force goes that like football. Someone is pushing this way, that way, that way. Ultimately, the ball goes in a direction. So similarly, when the last part of the game, this life ends, the thought, which is so many thoughts are there, a resultant direction it takes, and all our experience, and it pushes us. That's why Duryodhana, mischievously though he has said, that Janami Dharmam, he said, oh Krishna, what can I do? I know what is dharma, what is righteousness. Janami adharmam, I know what is I should not do. It's a bad thing to do, no? Janami adharmam. Nasame nivritti, I don't find escape from that. I don't find I know it is bad, but I cannot resist but do that. I know it is good, but I cannot make an effort to do it. So what is the fault? It is your fault. Tvaya Rishikesha Hridisthitena, O Rishikesha, O Lord, O Krishna, you are in the heart, you are forcing me, goading me to go there. Yes, if you are really totally surrendered to God, then you can say that. Otherwise, you full take your responsibility. It is you did that, and it's coming back to you. We are all responsible for our all tendencies and actions. We blame someone is doing this and someone has done that. That is the wrong concept. Actually, it is the psychologically, if we think all our impressions have we gathered in ourselves, what we do, we created our future. That's why this very important point, karma theory comes here, how we can reduce our vasana, desire, and direct it for a higher goal, higher purpose, to be a richer person, to be joyful person, to be peaceful person, to be absolutely free from all entanglement and bondage. So that type we can create ourselves. So that leads to the Jivan Mukti, the freedom. So the point is that we are what our past is. And our past is what I previously planned, thought, saw, acted and reacted. So today, vasana, with this vasana is always taking into And this vasana is why it comes, because we desire, why we desire things? Because we think that we are little, we need more, and I will get more by following this path or that path. People steal, people lie, people cheat, people give up everything for God, do every charitable activity for the same attraction. Everyone is asking for one thing: absolute joy, absolute peace, and absolute happiness. All our actions are guided by that force, and that is the desire that propels us, really. But we don't understand. We think that it will give me joy by thinking something, getting something small in the material world. Alpo. That's why Upanishad says, Na alpe sukhamasti. There is no happiness in your getting something little. Bhuma evo sukham. When you reach Bhuma, the infinite, limitless, then you will be fulfilled. Jivan Mukti is attaining to the fulfillment. I don't want anything. There is nothing to be achieved, nothing to be gained. I have achieved that. When it comes? When this desire for petty things is stopped, or it is redirected towards God. So Vasana Kshay, the Holy Mother said, if you can give up your petty desires for petty things, then you are liberated now. Why we suffer? Because we want something. And when I want and I don't get it, then what happens? I fight, I become angry, or I get lost into life's game and I get depression. These are the two things that happen. So the point is that how this vasana, which is leading us to petty things and petty experiences of suffering, can be directed, uprooted, and redirected towards that infinite, which is our very nature. And how to do that? We have to watch what my mind is seeking for, and is that object connected with infinity or finite? It is we all seeking for joy, but we do not know how to find joy. So this point is that sense object and sense, they connect together, that perception happens. But perception does not get completed unless mind is attached. And the mind, when it is attached, it gets a object. I know it is a beautiful flower, or it is a beautiful sunrise, or the full moon night. These are all experiences coming, and it is being deposited in the mind. Every impression is getting stored up there. So in this, now we have to find, when we try to remove this desire, what to do. We know we want infinite. We know we want absolute joy, absolute peace. But how to do it? Then we have to train our mind. Vasana kshaya. If the vasana desire goes down, and then mind becomes purified, and then the extreme mind becomes mindless, then what happens? You reach that state of Jivan Mukti. So now the question comes, the how I can take out of our vasana. So how shall we live in the world if we have no desire? Is it possible? How? It is impractical. You may ask me the same question. You are giving a formula which is not practical. How can we breathe for a moment if I have no desire? Yes, here is the response. Yes, you desire. But why desire petty? Why not desire for million, billion, trillion, zillion? Can you not? This question was raised by Hari Maharaj, Swami Turiyananda, to Ramakrishna. He said, Sir, how can he conquer our lust? So when Ramakrishna said, why lust will be conquered? Give a twist to it. You love, crave for petty thing, crave for higher thing. So try to direct your desire just in a higher direction. Because let us understand, We should go through the experience of life. Let us experience all the petty things which we have, eating, sleeping, visiting countries, all types of things, and we find that it is not complete. Whatever you get, you are not satisfied. And then you want more, and more struggle, more effort, still incomplete. When that experience comes, then we turn back. Ramakrishna's example, that a bird was sitting on the mast of a ship, and he was unmindful, and the ship entered into the deep sea, and suddenly the bird becomes aware, oh, where is my land? It's gone, my home. Okay, let me struggle. So tiring the wings, trying to find joy through the material world, to the limited things, is a tiring the wings. And everyone have failed that. That does not mean that we should not eat, we should not drink, but we should do everything. But at the same time, with this knowledge that this cannot satisfy me. This will come spontaneously in some time or other. I give my common example. I give you. Maybe you are bored with that example. Suppose I say that I like ice cream, and ice cream is good. It's a good feeling, no? Vishaya and Indriya, tongue is the sense organ, and object is the ice cream. You only seeing, it will not satisfy. Then you will have to put it into your tongue, and your tongue, you say, wow, it's good. This flavor is good. Okay, that flavor is good. Okay, 5 varieties are there. What do you want, Swami? They give everything little. Test. And then what happens? You say, wonderful. Okay, Swami will like it. Now, let me put 2 scoops of each 5. Now I will put 3 scoops for each 5 type. Or another 5 type, I can bring more. And I give you. Eat. Then what will happen? A point will come, say, my God, please help me. I don't want any, don't give me any more. No. See, this same thing which we thought that will give me joy. If the joy was there in the ice cream, then you could have finished all your bundle of food. All these big boxes, you can finish one after another. You cannot. There is a fatigue. There is a, frustration of getting that. Then you know, ice cream did not give me that satisfaction. What gave me satisfaction? Come to the point. Our subject was there. Object was there, the ice cream. Subject is the tongue, is the instrument through which you would take it, and your mind was connected. That time you said, wow. That wow sense come, and you feel joy. But thing go down, man, no reaction of that. So this is our experience. That's why, first of all, we think we'll be joyful by getting something, sensate. Try that. Yes, it gives joy. Or repulsion. I don't like this food. It's reactionary to my mind, our body. It does not fit my... we get allergic, we call nowadays allergic. Okay, that this reaction or immediate reaction, it is no problem. That will happen. But when I crave for that again, second time, third time, it is becoming impression in my mind. And that's why I say, I hate to this person. I say, why you hate? One day something has happened, impression. Another day anything has happened, impression. Third day impression. Hatred and love, both are happening because of the impression, deep-rooted impression. The friend sees the friend. Every day they talk. But after a long time, they suddenly see each other. And they excitedly jump and hug each other, no? This reaction is coming from where? That impression, deep impression. He is my friend. I have not seen him for... So that connection feeling. So it is all happening in the impression. Superficial. I see you once, it is okay. But when I think of you second time, third time, fourth time, I create friendship with you. So these are happening all our connection in the world, what I like and dislike, it is happened because of my impressions in the subconscious. So now I have gathered so much of subconscious. That's why people behave sometimes like scorpions, like snakes, like jackals, like ants, and all types of mean and unkind things. Where did it come from? He's a good guy. Suddenly it comes. It stimulates from the subconscious. Therefore, we are now to handle this situation, and if we have to understand, first of all, how our perception is happening, how we are involved in the world. Involvement is happening because your deep scar in your mind. You accept it, you like it, liking and dislike it, dislike it, dislike. So these are all happening. Now, these are all blocking our spiritual growth. These are all making us limited. So how to get out of that? Because you have life after, in Hindus call 8.4 million births. Count the number, 8.4 million births. You, me, all have gone through all the lifestyles. If you find, we have gone through those lives and now we have become human. So we are carrying that bundle. Oh yeah, as I said, suppose you reject one computer and have a new computer. What do you do? Take an USB and collect all the data. All the data. It does not go and then put it in a new one. So we think that a child is born, all the data is there. That's why you find that child, when it grows up to certain age, then their reaction becomes so different. Everyone says, oh, my child was so good, now he is not listening to this, or like this, like that. Because everyone is coming with this whole data, past lives data, no? And now, what is the likes and dislikes there? All are trying to manifest gradually in the mind. So, what we have to do, we get a good clue how to transcend this condition. We cannot take one by one all the past samskaras and make a spiritual journey. What we can do, we can create a new spiritual thinking. Suppose we are thinking of the material worldly thing, which is all subject to change and destruction. Instead, you think of some conscious idea about consciousness. Think about that. Say you think about Rama. Who is Rama? Rama is like a flesh and bone, though. But through him, the infinite love, infinite peace, infinite joy manifested. It's a combination, a compacted divine form. The Ramakrishna. You see, Ramakrishna looks like a human being. We are also human being. But his love flows for everyone. He is the embodiment of all consciousness. Try to think in this way, and then that's how meditation comes. We keep our mind in the thought. What happens? It is transforming our identity from one to the other. So now my mind, if we can really continuously create a connection with that divine entity mentally, the new impressions are created that is all divine, all pure, all of the nature of peace and joy. So if that impression is created every day, then what happens? Then all the past impressions get subordinated. So they cannot raise their power over me because I am overloading with the new impressions. So that's why it is called Pratipaksha Bhavanam. In the Patanjali's yoga philosophy, they say when contrary thoughts, you think of mundane, momentary object, change it to permanent, eternal object which is full of peace and joy. So substituting your thought into higher thought, positive thinking. Negative, anything you think negative 10 times, you become a negative person. You see fault with others, Holy Mother said, don't see fault with others. Why? You see fault with others, you pollute your mind. you are creating impression in your mind. And if you want to be really free from that, you have to work hard to pull out those bad impressions. So it is for you do good service to others, you give some charity to others, not for anyone's good, for your good, because you give charity means you do something noble which creates an impression, and it is creating new thought process on the new impressions are being created, so that old impressions cannot raise their hood. So as a result, what happens, if one impression is spiritual life, we call do your spiritual practice, japa, meditation, prayer. Why? Repeated name of the Lord, it has this potential power of purity, because of any mantra, any word you say, that has an object. So when you think of the mantra Guru gave you, or you have chanted any mantra, Saguna, Nirguna, Om, or any mantra, it has an object. A glass. Glass I sound. Glass means sound, not only sound as a corresponding object, no? So similarly, when you say Ramakrishna is a man, not a man, but is a personification of purity, love, joy, grace, blessings, no? And that impression is instilled in the heart again and again. So your mind is becoming pure, positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking. And those negative thinking will be trying to push their head. But if we can increase our input so much that it will not be able to. Towards the beginning it will come, that's why mind will be distracted, mind will go here and there. And then a time will come when this mind will not seek for other things, because it gets tremendous joy. What mind seeks? Mind does not seek anything. Mind wants joy. And is seeking for joy through the things whatever available near at hand. And that whenever it is available, it is all temporary, all momentary. That's why it cannot satisfy us. So with this new thought, it is vasana. Kshaya means it is not to be destroyed. You cannot destroy the vasana, desire. But you put it with positive thinking, or thinking of God's image, or the God may be in the formless, infinite Satchidananda, ocean of consciousness. Whatever you want to think about God, think and make it a real impression on the mind, so that what happens? Mind then take ekakara chitta vritti. Eko akara means, eko means one. Akara means the form. One form of idea you impress on your mind, which is suitable to you. Any idea you like Christ idea, you like Buddha's idea, you like any idea, take any idea, and or the form in Saguna form or in Nirguna form, as I said, because God may be worshipped in so many ways. But you keep the mind, imposing that mind over and over and over again, so that it becomes so saturated with positive thinking that you see with eyes open nothing but that. As much as you put it here, so much you see outside. We see through our mind, no? A holy man sees God everywhere. A dishonest person sees dishonesty everywhere. We see the lens of our mind. This is the lens. If it is red, I will see red everywhere. You are not red, but my eyes are showing me red. It is my perception. So change the perception, change the glass, eyeglass. Spirituality is changing the eyeglass. Only from a transparent eyeglass. Truth, joy, bliss, peace, absolute. Try to do it here. You get saturated with that joy. And when you open the eyes, you see joy everywhere. That's why Holy Mother said that japa, japa, japa. Do repeat the holy name of God. Or a Vedanta Sutra says, Avritti Rasakrit Upadeshat. It is a Brahma Sutra says, Avritti means repetition. Avritti Asakrit means not one. That means continuous. Asakrit, multiple times. Upadeshat. This advice, or the Brahman is the reality. You are that Brahman. You are not the body, not the mind. It's Vedanta, if you like that idea. Hammer on that. All the sensate experience is happening in the body and mind. I am neither the body, neither the mind. Hammer on, hammer on, hammer on. I am that, I am that. Swami Vivekananda said in one place, day and night say, I am Atman, I am pure, I am birthless, I am deathless. Hammer, hammer, hammer on that idea. Do your everything, what you are doing, eating, sleeping, doing your job, business, everything you do. But tell that I am, this is an instrument, it is the body and mind functioning. I am not. I am the consciousness which is giving support to all this action. So if you like Vedanta, if you like Bhakti, you say, oh Lord, it is your world, you are in my heart, you have become everything. So let me see you in everyone, let you see in me, in my heart, your presence. So if we bring these two dual action, internal and external, it should be simultaneous development. As much as I see internally, that much it will be externally. So filling up our every moment of our breathing with the positive thinking of I am a child of God. Or just we say, chant the name of the Lord, etc. And then we say that I let me feel that I am away from you for a split second, which makes me feel that I have not been with you for a long time. That separation, I cannot bear it. Oh Lord, please come in my life. The devotion, devotional way. So anyway, if it is done, then this experience of joy will be increasing day by day. And as a result, more joy and more joy inside it. You all know, you are all devotees, you do meditation. When you do a good meditation, you feel that joy. Joy coming from where? It's not joy coming from anywhere but your own self. And as we know gradually that this joy is here, then more attention will come to dive deep into our own self. And as a result, what will happen? The outside world I will be living, but will see as a reflection of my joy which is inside. So it is that a person will be then fully free from the mind's function. What is function of the mind? Manonasa. Vasana, kshaya, that means destruction of the latent impressions by counteracting with positive thinking, positive ideas, and positive mantra, bhajan, singing, classical music, singing something, looking into the nature and worshipping God's presence, feeling the presence, practice of the presence of God. No, so all this process will be to destroy our desire for petty things. And as we go further, we see, oh, here is so much joy. So much joy unfolds and unfolds and unfolds. And then a point will come, your mind will not go for anything, but you will see God. Enjoy God everywhere instead of what we are taking to the little petty, little joy coming out. When the sky becomes very clouded, you see, total cloud is total darkness. And in between there is a little slit, some gap in the one slit, one hole, one beam of light suddenly comes. In meditation, in prayer, if this beam of light comes more and more, then it will convince that the whole world is filled with light. There is no darkness. Darkness is on my mind. So mind becomes destroyed. Why? Mind means what? Mind is, what is the function of mind? Mind's function is always swinging. He cannot decide, this is good, that is good. So, shall I go or not go? Shall I eat or not eat? So, intelligence guides them. So, behind the mind is intelligence and ego. But mind cannot decide all these things. As a result, mono naso, mind will not swing into the world and the God. Mind will be going God and God and God and God. And then the world will be heaven. It is not that, I don't think that we are going in, taking you to some void area, a dark area. What will happen? It will transform. We are seeing the world in this way, we will see the world full of God. Everywhere spark, that spark of joy, spark of peace, everywhere. Brahmagyanis feel that way. That's why they don't find anyone as enemy or anything. No? That is the Jivan Mukti state comes. Why? We are here to enjoy this bliss of joy while living in the body. Jivan Mukti is like that. Example, they don't care for anything in the world. They don't expect anything from the world. But they live in the world like a king. Kings cannot enjoy that. They have their worries and anxieties. A Brahmajnani has no anxieties and worries because he lives in the world freely. He sees God everywhere. There is a story Ramakrishna said, no? There is a person, a sadhu was holy man, and he was going to some bhiksha or begging or something, went somewhere, and some other people beat him to death. Almost he lost his outer consciousness and he was dying. And then someone informed the monastery that there is one of your Swami is now almost dead here, and they took him back. But anyway, with much care and attention, after some time, that holy man got back to his senses. And then that time someone was feeding little warm milk. Then he was asked, who did this to you? Who took you to, who beat you in this way to that you become senseless? He said, he is feeding me milk. He is the same guy who beat me. In their eyes there is no enemy. It is one. Ram Lila. It's all the divine play of God going on. It's a God playing with God. There is no enemy. Look at that great saint, you have heard the name, Pauhari Baba. Pauhari Baba was in a very great ascetic, and he used to live almost not eating anything. That's why Pauhari means Pavano Ahari. Pavano means air. He does not eat food. By breath only he lives. That means he's such a yogi, he does not need the gross food to maintain the body. Because we also don't need much food to maintain the body. We push more to digestive system. And then digestive system gives us so much happy diseases like acidity, gas. But he does not care for that. So he was called Pavano Ahari, Pauhari Baba. Holy people. Swami Vivekananda went to him and he wanted to make him his guru. That story, of course, different. Anyhow, so Pauhari Baba he used to live in a cave. I have visited that cave. It is still there. Pauhari Baba's. And there, one day, Pauhari Baba was meditating and he saw one snake is coming. And he was so happy. What we will do if a snake comes and you are meditating? Think about that. And what Pauhari Baba did? He looked at him and said, oh, God has sent his messenger. God has sent his messenger. Are? Snake is a messenger of God to take him back to home. How can you think at the point in a cave, sitting in the cave, this type of philosophy? The world becomes transformed together. There is no fear. Fear for death has no place in that mind of Jivan Mukta. Body comes and goes, but the soul, the spirit, enters into the truth. So this is the Jivan Mukti state, what we attain. That is the blessed moment. In the Bhagavad Gita says, Sukheshu anudvigna mana, dukkheshu vigata spriha. Sukh means happiness. When happiness comes, he is not excited. When suffering comes, he is not depressed, frightened. This is body. I am not that. That experience. It is all saturated with one conscious ocean of joy. What you seek for joy, drop. It is the ocean of joy, and that is you. And that mind has lost into that idea. That's why mano nasa, mind lost into that idea. And all the substratum, all these things are overwhelmed with this new experience, and that brings the freedom. So uprooting the latent impression, we'll have to do two things, as we have started now doing. We sit for meditation. We can do one thing with a conscious mind. I can control something. No, I like to have something. The doctor says don't do. Like, give a common example. Bengalis are very fond of sweets. In Calcutta, if you go, sweet. And how many varieties and how many qualities. And he has a diabetic, someone has a diabetes. So doctor has said don't take maybe injection or all. So don't take sweets. And good guy, he goes for work, while comes every day home. He enters into a sweetmeat shop and finishes his all sweet taking and come back to home and have a cup of tea. Don't give me sugar. I don't take it. So showing a piece, so much reaction, as if one spoon of sugar will destroy the whole world, and he has finished all eating. So this is the tendency to have the likingness for that. But when you understand that it is not beneficial for you, then you have to give up. So, but still you can control that. I have a tendency for this, I will record. Say, addicted to smoking, drug, drinking, or addictions. But still people can handle that. That's the first work, is to handle that external thing with the power of mind. But then comes the underground things. All subconscious thoughts comes. So spiritual life is a very delicate life. First to handle what is coming new from the sensate world. They have to control. Not like a fool. I'm not giving up foolishly. I want something higher. That's why I am controlling and I'm mastering and thinking of God, the divine, by pure music, singing, study, whatever gives one the path for his own. And then this work on the subconscious, which is coming out, popping up from my old samskaras, no? And then but all process is only one, to overcome it by contrary positive thinking, positive ideas, reading good books, uplifting books, studying, discussing with each other. How to transform the life in that way, that is the way to become free from that. There is a song, "Oh my mind, you call upon Mother Kali, whatever way you like to call. And day and night repeat the name of Mother Kali. Monoboli, bhajo Kali, ichha hoy tor je achare." In whatever way, call upon Mother Kali and think day and night. How will you think? Giving the clue. Shayone pranamo gyan. You are lying down after whole day's tiring work. Think that you are lying down at the feet of Mother, at the lap of Mother. Shayone pranamo gyan, nidrai karo make dhyan. When you are sleeping, good sleep is coming, just think of our Mother's face and sleep. Ahar karo mone karo. You are eating food. You are eating? No. Feel Ma is here and you are feeding her. See the transformation. It is only changing our attitude and training our mind to positive thinking. Otherwise, oh, I am so tired, I could not do anything, whole day I was busy, I cannot call upon God, and my mind is less. And why? When you are eating supper, think you are offering to Mother who is inside you. It's a positive devotee's attitude. Vedantic attitude will be different. And then you are going to sleep, feel that you are putting her last salutation of the day. Oh Mother, whatever I did, this is my salutation to you. And then you're really dozing up, think Mother's face and repeat the Mother's name and glide into the sleep. What a joyful life. Eating, sleeping, ahar karo mone karo ahuti dei. And everything can be just giving a twist, that is the offering to mother. Or you see, body mind is eating, I am the Atman, I don't take it. So whatever attitude, to keep it, that hammer again and again and again, what will happen? Then that universal outlook will come, and spiritual life will be a joy, understandable. What is spiritual life? We don't understand. Spiritual life is always bubbling in joy, swimming in joy, soaked in joy, as it were. It should be joy and joy and joy. Endless. Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. It is only Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. And we are seeking for a drop of Ananda, and we are giving our entire energy, whole day's energy, to get a drop where we can get a ton of joy by this change of our. So, Vasanakshay, again, to conclude, Vasanakshay, the Vasana desire to destroy the Vasana, we cannot do that. To give it twist and turn into the Vasana, what is this expecting, which is lower type of expectation? Big. Expect big. That everywhere is divine. I will only enjoy the bliss of God. Sand and sugar is mixed with. I will take the sugar only everywhere. No. Thinking this way again and again, mind will be controlled, because mind will not go in its vagaries of running here and there and there and there, because he finds joy within and this process of positive thinking. And what will happen? That will give him the freedom of life. We are in life, we are all slaves of our mind. My eyes tell me to see something, and I am a slave, and I am forced to see that. No, I will see this in a divine form. The training the mind, and that is a power. And that power, all power comes, all spirituality comes, all strength comes, and the transformation happens. That is the feeling of the Jivan Mukti, living while and feeling the infinite freedom. Thank you all. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.